Welcome to the Mastercam 4th Axis Programming session. So first of all, I will show you that what I am going to teach you in this session. So this is the topic, that is MIL 4th Axis Programming. So in this session, first I will show you that how we can unwrap and unwrap 2D geometry for 4th Axis Programming, and then I will show you 2D pocket axis substitution for 4th axis, 2D contour axis substitution for 4th axis, and then rest roughing by using pocket and contour for 4th axis. So let's start from the basic. So first of all, I will go to the wireframe tab and I will create a curve by selected surface. So I have selected a surface, and then you can see I will say OK. So these are the wireframes. So I think this surface is completely a single surface, so we can't create curve on that face, so we can use this surface also. So go to the curve all edge, select this face and then say OK. So we got the wireframes which one we need. So this is the 3D wireframe, right? So I will select here. So I think we missed this geometry. No problem, we will modify that. We will go to the trim tab, or we can use divide option and we will divide that. So this is the complete 3D boundary from the same profile, right? We will change the line width so it will be visible for us. You can see this is the profile which we have to machine, right? We have to create program for all these area. We have to rough this area, we have to do roughing of this area, and then we have to do finishing of this area. So we have to create multiple programs. So we will create all these program by using Mastercam 2D operation, and in the 2D operation there is an option for axis substitution. So we will use that and we will convert the same 2D program into 4th axis program. So let's start. So we will unwrap this geometry. We will make it flat. So go to the transform tab and say roll. Here I will select this wireframe. So I think it is showing some error because of this wireframe, right? So we will select that and we will check that what is the error. If it is giving error, then we will delete that and we will create a new curve, new line. Okay, so we will select all the curves and we will change the width. Okay, so let's start. Go to the home tab and then say chain. So if you click on this, then it will show you that this boundary is continuous or not. So now it is showing that it is continuous boundary because there is only single green arrow, right? So it means this boundary is completely closed. There is no issue. There is no issue of duplicate or overlapping line, and there is no break areas. So let's start. Go to the transform tab and select roll. We will select this curve and then say OK. So now it will ask you what is the diameter of the geometry, what is the diameter of the model from where you got this 3D wireframe. So we will select on this and we will right click on this. We will click right click of mouse. We will say diameter of an arc and we will go to the home tab and then say hide and select this face. So now it is showing select a arc or radial face, but this is surface, right? So we will select this curve, right? So you can see this is the flattened curve, right? We have flattened this 3D curve into this flattened curve. So we will say here move. So we will say here move and then say direction clockwise. Okay, or you can make it counterclockwise. So you can change it as per your requirement. So what I will do, I will say counterclockwise. I will say counterclockwise and then say OK. So this is the flattened geometry from this 3D curve, right? So let's click on this. Sorry, we will select only 3D curve. We will select only curve and then I will use Alt T. I'm using Alt T. It means hide unhide. You can see now it is showing hide unhide, and shortcut key is Alt plus E. So I'm using Alt plus E. So that's why it's invisible. So let's start. We will delete this curve because we don't need this one. Okay. So what we will do, first we will create program for this area, and this area, and this area. So as you can see now all the areas are looking good, but you can see here there is no curve, right? So we will move this area, or simply you can delete this because we don't need this one actually. We will delete that. And what we will do, we need curve, we need fillet in this area. So simply we will translate this curve at this point. Go to the transform tab and then say dynamic, and then select the end point of this curve, and you can select this and directly you can move it from here to here. And what we will do, we will say copy. So you will get this one here also and here also, and then say okay, right? So one more thing we don't need, that is this curve, right? So but in future we need it because we have to create finishing program also by using this curve. So we will keep it. Otherwise you can blank it. I will blank it, and when I will need it again, I will do unblank and I will get that back. So first of all I will go to the toolpath tab, and simply I will use 2D toolpath, that is pocket. So I will select this curve, and this curve, and then say okay. So you can see how easily we are doing programming for 4th axis by using 2D programs. So go to the toolpath tool and create a tool. We will use 8 mm of end mill, or you can use 10 mm for end mill, or higher I will use 12 mm. That is fine. Next, you can give the feed rate and all as per your tool, and you can give the tool numbers here. Finish. Go to the cut parameter, and then here you can say open pocket. You can see this area is open, right? This is not closed, so we will say open pocket, and here we will give overlapping. So you can see, so your tool will start far from this face. So we will give a 5 or 10 mm of overlap. That's fine. 15 mm is also fine. Okay, we will leave some stock for finishing, that will be 0.2 in wall and 0.2 in set. And then we will say roughing. We will use a parallel spiral, and step over we will use maximum 40% because that is 3D curvature, right? So we will make it 40%. We don't need entry motion. Finishing, that no, we don't need. We will use depth of cut, that is 0.2. We will make it 0.2, and we need one more passes in bottom for finishing. So we will make it 0.1, and here you can say linking parameter, and I will not give anything here. First I will go to the rotary axis control, and here I will use axis substitution. As I told you in the information page, that we will use substitution 2D pocket axis substitution for 4th axis programming. So I am using the same one. This is axis substitution, right? We will say substitute about y-axis, because our 4th axis chuck will move around in reference of y-axis, and here we will say counterclockwise, and here we have to define the rotary diameter, because now we are doing programming on flattened curve, flattened geometry, so we have to give the actual diameter. So what was the diameter? Diameter was 130, I think. And here we will deactivate this because this is flat curve, If we have any 3D curve, then we can active this one, but this is flat, so we will deactivate that. And here I will go to the linking parameter page, and here I will not give any depth and all. Let's see, let's make okay. So as you can see, it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking fantastic. So as you can see, if I will not use this axis substitution, then I will show you that how it will look like. I will show node rotation, and then I will go to the rotation page. I will say regenerate. So you can see this is completely 2D toolpath, right? So what we have done, we have changed only these things, that is axis substitution. We have given 130 of dia, and then we said okay, and then say regenerate. We will go to the home tab and we will say hide. So you can see this is the profile where we have to create the program for roughing, right? So you can see it's looking perfect as we need. It's looking perfect. And now we will give the length, we will give the depth. So first of all we will check what is the depth, length. So this is 130 dia, so we will check this one. It is something 109.5, right? So 109.5, we will copy that. We will open the CAD+CAM, and here we will check that actual dia is 130 minus I will say paste, and then say enter. That is 20.5, and I will say divide by 2. So this is the depth, 10.25. So we will go to the parameter page, and here we will give minus 10.25 mm, and then say okay, and then regenerate it again. So you can see this is the complete roughing toolpath for this 4th axis pocket, and it is totally a compact toolpath. As you can see, there is no retraction and all. There is a simple entry, and it will machine all the pocket, and it will go to the next pocket and then next pocket. Like this, it will rough the complete pocket in one program. I will show you the simulation in isometric view. So I will go to the backplot page, and here I will active that, and let's start. So it is moving like this. So I will go to the advanced page. I will say simulate rotary axis, and then say okay. So you can see this is complete 4th axis movement. It's like a machine movement. So you can see how smoothly it is moving, and the passes are totally smooth and compact. So it's very easy to use 4th axis programming in Mastercam for this kind of pockets and all. So now what we will do, we will check the corner radius. So we have used 12 mm of end mill. So there is 6 mm of radius, right? So I think it's perfect. It's mask perfect. So now what we will do, we will create a finishing toolpath for this wall. So simply we will go to the same tab. We will select this curve from here, select all curve and hide, and here we will say toolpath, and then we will say contour, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Okay, we will go to the tool tab. We will use the same tool, 12 mm end mill. Cut parameter, we will use the ramping toolpath. We will give 0.2 mm of depth of cut, and here we will say depth minus 12.5. That's good. Go to the rotary axis, active the axis substitution here, and here deactivate that and give the diameter, that is 130. Fantastic, and then say okay. So very smoothly and very quickly it will create the passes. So you can see this is the 4th axis finishing toolpath. Go to the isometric view, and now I will show you the complete backplots. You can see this is finishing toolpath for the same pockets. And it is also moving in it is taking depth in ramping, so you will get the better finish. Okay, it's looking good. We can increase the feed because it's taking time. Okay, so it's done. Okay, you will do that.